everybody. It's Michelle, and I've got some more Easter jewelry for you guys today. This time we're going to be doing a pair of earrings. I've done one of the earrings ahead of time, and we'll do the other one on camera together. You guys may remember my rainbow colored oval bead here. I used it once before and made the rainbow fish. I did this one along with a couple of other styles of fish bead charms, and I thought that was perfect for the rainbow fish. But even way back then when I first got these beads, they were gifted to me from a friend, and the first thing I thought of when I saw them was Easter eggs, so I wanted to go ahead and use it for that today. So I don't have a link to where you can get this, but any colorful sort of oval shaped bead is going to work perfectly. Anything that looks like that Easter egg look to you. And then we're just going to frame that out with some daisy spacers and some little glitter beads. And I can leave links to those as well as these for you guys. But in place of this, just use any multicolored or even solid colored Easter egg looking bead that you can find. I'll see if I can find some examples and try to leave a link to some of those as well. But the smaller Easter eggs down here are just acrylic oval pearls, and I thought they looked perfect for Easter eggs. They're those beautiful pastel colors. So I'm going to lay that one there. We'll kind of use it as a guide, and I'm going to create my components first, and then we'll assemble everything afterwards. So for each earring, I've got my large oval bead that's going to be my largest Easter egg, or you guys could use any large focal bead here, anything representative of springtime, a flower bead, a butterfly bead, anything like that is going to be great for Easter to go along with the eggs below. And 2 of the glitter beads and 2 of the 4mm daisy spacers, and you can just frame that out any way you want to. And then I've got 6 of my oval pearl beads. Let me see if I can get you guys some measurements. My largest bead here is about 18mm tall by about 13mm wide. The daisy spacers are 4mm, and I think the glitter beads are 4mm also. Yes, they are 4mm. And my oval beads are about 11mm long by about 8mm wide. And then I've got some chain with sort of a large kind of length that we can hook our jump rings and things into, so that we can create the dangle. And I've got those in 3 varying lengths, and I didn't measure the length so much as just counted lengths. And I've got 9, 11, and 7. And on this one here, those went in the opposite order, 7, 11, and 9, so that they hang in sort of a mirror image when you wear these as earrings. And then I've got 4 2-inch eye pins and 3 2-inch head pins. You don't really need 2 inches here. I just kind of try to keep the longer ones 2 or 3 inches on hand so that I can cut those shorter if I need them. Whereas if I had shorter ones on hand, I wouldn't be able to utilize those for multiple projects the way that I can the larger ones. And the head pins are going to be used on the very bottom eggs here, and then the eye pins on these because they'll connect on both ends, one to the other egg and one end to the chain. So let's go ahead and create our components. And for our top focal bead, whatever you decide to use, whether it's an oval or a bird bead or something like that, whatever you decide to use. I'm going to use the eye pin so that that loop will be on the bottom to connect all of my dangles to. And I'm going to put on first one of my glitter beads, and then a 4mm daisy spacer, my focal bead, And I like that that kind of spins freely, give a little bit more movement to the earrings. I like movement and dangles. So my next daisy spacer and then the glitter bead. And then we've just created sort of one large charm. I'm going to hold the bottom of that eye pin down there and the top bead, pressing everything together firmly, and then bend that over at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to cut it down to about 1/4 of an inch with my wire cutters, and then roll that into a loop with my round nose pliers. And at this point, I'm going to take 2 pairs of chain nose pliers so that I can get a hold of the flat part of those eyes and turn it to make sure that they are in the same direction. And then for the bottom ones, I'm going to do the very bottom egg first that goes on the head pin. And I'm going to go in the same order here. Let's see. How did I put that on there? So this is the way that will hang toward the front. So actually I want to reverse these, get these laid out in the same order so that I kind of don't lose track of what I'm doing. So when you wear these will be on one side, and then we'll mirror image that with the white and blue next. So I do have the chains correct though. Just be sure that you build yours in a mirror image. So for my bottom ones, since these are just plastic beads, they do have a much larger hole. So I'm going to get my little container here of my 3mm clear sequins, or you can use silver. I have used the silver on many occasions, and it just makes it look like you have a little bit larger of a head on your head pin. But I thought with these it would just kind of disappear if we use the clear. And so there, I've got one on there. I just kind of poke in there randomly until I get one. They're so small to handle otherwise. And then just put my Easter egg bead on there. Bend that over at a 90-degree angle. Cut it down to 1/4 of an inch. And roll that into a loop. Make sure to straighten it up. And then I'm just going to continue to do that with the bottom 3. So that'll be the pink and then the purple. And again, just digging until I get a sequin on my pin. Place my oval bead on, and then just fold that over, cut it down, and create a loop. One more. Oh, and I got 3 on there. That's still 2. We'll go ahead and leave that. Get our Easter egg bead. Actually, that hole's a little bit larger. I'm going to face it downward so that that top edge is the one we'll see. Fold it over. Cut it down. And roll it into a loop. So just that quick, we've got all 3 of our bottom egg components. So then we're going to do these that go above that, and they will be on eye pins. and just put that on there. We don't need the sequins anymore because that eye is large enough to hold that for us. And then bend those over. Cut it down. And roll it into a loop. Same thing on the next one. And one more. And that really took a bend on me. Straighten that back up. Finish rolling it. Now we have all 6 of our Easter eggs, and we're going to go by our same pattern we used over here, which you don't have to do. This is just multi-colorful pastel colors for Easter. You can put them on there randomly if you want to and don't follow any order at all. But I thought I would go ahead and create a pattern. So what we're going to do is just attach our bottom and top Easter eggs. Attach these 2. Attach these 2. And that is our next step. So what I'm going to do is open that bottom loop on that eye and attach my other egg and close my loop back. Same thing on the next ones. I'm going to open the bottom one on the top egg. And one more time. Now we have all of our eggs in pairs. Now we're going to attach our pairs to the chains. And again, make sure that the length of your chains go in mirror image. And I have the one here that is 9 links long. This one is 11 links. And this one is 7 links. So we just take each pair. And then I'm going to open the jump ring or the loop that we made on the top of the top egg. And just put that end link onto that loop. Close that back up. And on these I like to give them a little bit of a squeeze sideways just to make sure that that closes completely. We don't want to leave room for that tiny little link of chain to slip off on us. And I find that it really helps to lay everything out in the order that I'm going to be putting it together. Once I get it figured out in my mind the way it should go, I lay it out that way and I don't have to keep thinking about it. I just start assembling. Open that loop and attach a link of chain. and close it back. I'm going to give it a little bit of a squeeze to make sure it's completely closed. And now we are ready to put all 3 of our dangle pairs onto our focal charm at the top. So I'm going to open the bottom loop on that. And this is built symmetrically. Top or bottom is up to you, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to make sure to put these on in order. And carefully close that back without losing any of those. And there we go. Now at this point that can just spin around any way you want it, but this is the only thing that's going to spin in the long run. This is going to be stabilized by the direction of the hook. So we want to look at our loops, get our chains lined up, and make sure that we're on the side we want to be on, like that, when we attach it to our ear wire. So I'm just going to open that sideways and then attach it so that that hangs toward the front and close our loop back. Now I'm going to hold that up and make sure that they both hang the way I want them to. They're going to twist a little bit, but they're not going to have a full rotation. So we do want to make sure that we get it the same. And that is the way I want it. And I think that turned out beautifully. And I'm having a lot of fun with Easter and spring projects this year. I'm really excited about springtime coming. I think I've got a couple of those little clear sequins that are so hard to see. So these are our Easter egg dangle earrings, and I think they turned out beautifully. I just love them. You guys be sure to leave a comment below and let me know if you liked them as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group Craftie Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have the links to everything in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.